Hey guys, we're going to start a new chapter book today. This one's called Standing Tall and Talented. Home Court by Amar'e Stoudemire. Chapter 1. The wheels of the skateboard made a rumbling hum as they rolled over the pavement at the little town park. I loved that sound. The world rushed by me as I zipped across the blacktop. I could feel how smooth or rough it was right through my sneakers, and it was like I was watching the park in fast forward. The greens and browns of the grass and trees flashed by on the sides as I kept my eyes on the little concrete path in front of me, looking for the next good flat spot. I was trying to get this one trick down, but the board wasn't cooperating. It slipped out from under me again and went bouncing across the ground. That had been happening to me a lot lately, and I knew why. I'd had a big growth spurt this year. We're talking like my pants from before look like shorts on me now. I was definitely the tallest 11-year-old in my neighborhood, and it could be pretty tough to keep all my long limbs going in the same direction as those four little wheels. Put it this way. When I bent down to pick up the board, I had to bend a long way. I was trying to do an ollie. What you do is pop the board into the air while you're riding it. If you do it right, it's like you're jumping with the board glued to your feet. Pretty cool. I was still only doing it right about half the time. So I stayed on the path and worked on it a little longer. My jumps were getting a little higher, and I decided to head for a bigger stretch of pavement to work on them. "Ayo!" I heard as I turned a corner. I thought I might be in trouble, but when I looked up, I could see it was just the opposite. It was my friend Mike. He was on the park's old basketball court with our friend Deuce. "What's up?" I called. This was our local court, and the three of us had spent whole days playing here together. As I turned my board only onto the little walkway that led to it, they went back to playing one-on-one. I could see by the way they were moving that they'd probably been out there a few hours already. They were going a little slower, and I could see the sun shining off some sweat on their foreheads. Deuce never went too slow for long, though. I was almost to the court when I saw him give Mike a shoulder fake and then turn on the jets. He was at the hoop in a heartbeat. Deuce wasn't a big kid, but he was fast. His first step was like a striking cobra. "Where'd you go?" Mike shouted as Deuce turned the corner on him. "Disappeared," said Deuce, once he'd laid the ball up and in. "Don't you know I'm magic?" "I know you're lucky," Mike said as he took the ball out. Right away, Mike started backing his way in toward the basket for an easy shot. Mike was almost as tall as me and much taller than Deuce. I was looking forward to overhearing some good trash talk. It was Deuce's best defense. But Mike caught sight of me at the edge of the court and picked up his dribble. "Well, well, well," said Mike. "Look who finally made it. Get over here, Amar'e." "Yeah, get over here and help me D up this clown," called Deuce. "Neither of you can stop me down low," bragged Mike. The sun was getting kind of low now, but come on. What was a direct challenge? I had to accept. I'd be good as long as I got home in time for dinner. My dad definitely had some ground rules, and being home on time was right up there at the top of the list. I don't know how much he had paid for his watch, but whatever it was, he got his money's worth because he was always checking it. He was never late himself, so he expected the same from me. He was fair, but tough. All right, I called. Like I said, it was a direct challenge, and I was hoping it wouldn't take too long to win. "I got this, no problem." "This kid's cocky for a skater," said Deuce. I had to laugh. I walked right into that one. Deuce and Mike high-fived, and I waved them off. It was good to see my friends. Mike bounced a skip pass to me as I stepped onto the court. I sprinted over and took the ball at a full run. A few quick dribbles, and I laid it up. They let me take a few shots to warm up, but when I bricked my third jumper, Deuce swooped in and grabbed the rebound. "What were you doing all this time?" he said. He zipped by me, dribbling low like he always did. He had a good handle and hated turning the ball over. "Working on a trick?" I said. "I was over where those flat paths come together. It's good for skating." He nodded. Lake Wells, Florida was a really small town. We all knew it pretty well by now, and we probably knew every inch of this park. The paths I was skating on are the same ones where we used to ride bikes. But that didn't mean Deuce accepted my excuse. "We've been here since school got out," he said. "There were some other kids here too. They were pretty good. We could have used your skills, man." I put my hands up for the ball, but Deuce passed it to Mike instead. Mike clanged one off the front of the rim, but the rebound went right to him. He drained a shot from the same spot, then he looked over. "There were already 3 dudes from our class when we got here, so we had to play 2-on-2, and I wound up sitting out twice," he said. "You know I hate sitting out." It was true. Mike loved to play basketball so much that he got really annoyed when he had to sit and watch other people do it. "Sorry, Mike," I said. I held up my hands again, and he passed me the ball. If that was right after school, I was still doing homework anyway. "Man, Amar'e," said Mike, "I don't know why they stuck such a nerd brain into such a baller body." Deuce laughed. "What are you laughing at?" I said. "You study more than I do." "That's right," he said. "They don't put just anyone on the honor roll." "Yeah," I said. "I'm on a roll with my homework and on a roll when I skate." They both laughed at my joke. Well, okay, maybe it was more like they groaned. "All right, high roller," said Deuce. "Let's see if you remember how to get that thing in the hoop." They both got down into defensive positions in front of me. Mike clapped his hands a few times. Bat, bat, bat. I dribbled the ball hard in response. Bomp, bomp, bomp. We may have gotten off to a late start, but it was game on now. I dribbled hard to the left to get Deuce in between Mike and me. With the smaller defender on me, I raised up and drained a rainbow jumper. The ball clipped the back of the metal rim as it banged through the hoop. I loved that sound too. I got really into the game after that. It wasn't until we finished that I realized how long we'd been playing. "Oh man," I thought, "I'm gonna be late." I looked up at the sun just above the treetops. It was like I was looking at my dad's angry face, staring right at me. I had to get home. Now.